Kool TV proudly presents the Girls and Boys 16th Region Soccer Tournament live from Ashland Paul Blazer High School. Now let's go to the pitch and pregame coverage of the 2023 Girls and Boys 16th Region Soccer Tournament live on Kool TV. And a pleasant good evening as we welcome you into the Boys 16th Region Soccer semifinals. Russell and East Carter up first, Ashland and Rowan County to follow at about 8:30 tonight. Good evening, everyone. James Carey, happy to have you along with us here at Frank Sloan E.B. Lohman Field here on the campus of Ashland Paul Blazer High School as Russell and East Carter get ready to set off for what's going to be an epic showdown between these two teams here. Russell comes in 14-5-1, winners of their last two. East Carter 15-3-2. They've won 5 consecutive. One of those 3 losses in the regular season coming to this same Russell team. They lost 2-1. They've lost their last 3 consecutive matchups to Russell. And the Raiders trying to get themselves back into the regional championship game since last being there against Boyd County last year, losing 2-1. They won the region back in 2019. That was a 4-3 win over Rowan County. Russell has never won a 16th Region Soccer Tournament championship. They won it last back in 2011. That was when they were a member of the 11th region. And then in 2012, that's when everything got shifted around in the creation of the 16th region. Russell has never won a tournament here in the 16th. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll meet our starting lineups, break down some numbers for you, and get you ready for the first of 2 semifinals here tonight at Ashland Paul Blazer High School. A good one on tap first, Russell and East Carter. We talk about it when we return after this on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Have you heard about Red 8 RX? It's Greenup's locally owned community pharmacy at 96 Seton Avenue, Unit 8, located behind the Bellefonte Medical Center. Red 8 RX is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and Saturday 2 to 6. Of course, you can always check them out online at red8rxllc.com. Red 8 RX at 96 Seton Avenue. Visit them today and experience the Red 8 RX difference. Give them a call, 513-285-8883. Red 8 RX.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road Greenup has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here in Ashland as the starters standing out at midfield and the reserves for each team being announced. We'll look at some numbers on this one quickly as Russell 14-5-1, East Carter 15-3-2. Very comparable across the board. Russell's put it in the back of the net 64 times, East Carter 67, averaging fairly close to the same number of goals. East Carter has assisted a little more than Russell has. As you see there with the 15 more assists in the ball game. But it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out as they move forward. In the goals tonight, Caden Hampton, the freshman for Russell. Colin Pennington, the junior for East. Pennington more saves on the season, 19 goals allowed with 7 shutouts. But at the same time, that also, when you have that many saves, that means that you're getting more shots off on goal at the goalkeeper for the Raiders. But tied for 18th in the state with those 7 shutouts. The Raiders tied for 29th in scoring average, 15th for defense, and 20th for scoring margin. But, again, Raiders have lost 3 consecutive, including a regular season matchup back in September. That was a 2-1 loss. This is the first time they have met in the region since 2017. One final break, starting lineups, and first kick when we return after this on Kool TV.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm dreaming.
Of what?
Fall in the bluegrass, days at the track, knots on the 50-yard line.
Well, you want to be at the 50 instead of on the 50. That could be dangerous.
But to complete your day, you can count on Clark's Pump and Shop.
Whether it's a breakfast sandwich or pizza on the way to the track, picking up drinks and crispy crunchy chicken on the way to the game, no one has you covered like Clark's Pump and Shop.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return,
Refresh,
Refuel.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. We are the home office.
Fall hunting season is here, and Border Sporting Goods has your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reloading supplies, along with a wide selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
You want to save money, and Appalachian Wireless gets that. Right now, you can get up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and the greatest on the Advantage Unlimited plan with a trade-in. Did y'all hear me? Up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and greatest with a trade-in. Now, I'm not a math whiz, but this deal, it's amazing. And you'll be on the region's premier network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. See AppalachianWireless.com for complete terms and conditions.
Back here at Ashland and ready for first kick between Russell and East Carter. James Carter, happy to have you along with us here tonight. Russell will be in the white jerseys, East Carter in the blue and silver. Winner will move on to Saturday's championship game against the winner of Ashland and Rowan County, which will play tonight at approximately around 8:30. Russell will possess the ball first. And off we go. Russell will play negative to start things off. Two good goalies in Caden Hampton and Colin Pennington in the goals for their respective teams. Let's take a look at the starters for both teams. For Russell, Joe Kazmarzik, Ben Totten, Briley Mullins, Alan Benitez Ramirez, Gunnar Hignite, Javier Rosas, Trey Profit, Jacob Ludwig, Ethan Stamper, Jason Benitez Ramirez, and Elijah Neal. Good look there. Totten working with heavy pressure on in front of the benches on the far sideline. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Russell. Totten will do the honors. He'll find it onto the feet. That's out to Alan Benitez Ramirez. Raiders will turn it out near sideline. That was Ben Porter sending it away. For the Raiders, it's Logan Rice, Riley Steele, Connor Lane, Grant Meanix, Joel Bramble, Ben Porter, Caden Tussey, Patrick McDavid, Brody Shear, and Mason McDowell. Russell switches fields, takes it to the opposite side. At the feet of Ethan Stamper. Stamper tries to play a nice through ball. Russell giving chase as it finds its way down inside the 18, and the Raiders turn it out. Be a throw-in on that far sideline coming up for the Red Devils. Ben Taunton looking for Ramirez. Overcompensates a little bit, but right there on the backside for Russell is Ludwig, but the Raiders take it away. Caden Tussey, a nice push up the far sideline, a chip ahead looking for Meanix, but they couldn't make the hookup, and it'll be a throw-in for the Red Devils. First meeting since 2017 here in the region. As mentioned in there in pregame, Russell has won the last 3 meetings between these two, including a 2-1 victory back on September the 13th. All 3 of the last 3 meetings between East Carter and Russell have finished in 2-1 wins for the Red Devils. Last time they met, Jason Benitez Ramirez and Eli Scott punched in goals. Alan Benitez Ramirez had an assist. Hampton with 5 saves in the goal. Raiders playing heavy pressure on that far sideline as Russell trying to keep it off the feet of Meanix. Throw in for the Raiders, Caden Tussey. Tosses it out, drops it right off the chest of Connor Lane. Raiders will switch fields, trying to play a through ball. Didn't get a lot on that one. Russell intercepts, and then the Raiders take it right back. And then a foul as Ben Porter gets taken off his feet. Free kick coming up for the Raiders. Beautiful evening here tonight in Ashland. Much more seasonably warm than it was yesterday evening. A little cool yesterday. It got kind of cold last night as the girls played their semifinals matchup. It will be Russell and Ashland on Saturday. Ashland came from behind, was down 1-0 in the 72nd minute. Ashland stuck it in the back of the net. They go to double overtime, and the Lady Cats win it in double overtime off a corner kick and defeat the Raiders and take away the 2-time defending region champs. Raiders throw in near sideline. Ben Porter. Good throw up the near side. Russell kicks it out of bounds. The Raiders throw in down in that far side corner. You look at the leading scorers for these two teams. Meanix paving the way at 16 goals. Tussey with 14. Patrick McDavid with 13. For Russell, it's Jason and Alan Benitez Ramirez with 19 and 17 respectfully. And the Raiders scored 3 more goals than this Russell team has. They've assisted on a lot more, 15 more goals than Russell. So it really shows the ability on those one-on-one matchups for those forwards and the midfielders there for Russell of being able to really attack the goal. See how things play out so far. Neither team has really had a good run at the other's goal. We've had one ball touch a goalie's mitt, and that was off a long ball from a free kick out near midfield. Raiders with a run right now. Good through ball up the far sideline. Tussey tries to chase it down, but Hampton will box him out. It'll go out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up for Russell. Our crew tonight, our executive producer Felicia Collier on the far sideline, Cam Bryant. Happy to have you along with us here tonight on Kool TV. Big swing of the leg. 50-50 ball travels over both players out at midfield. Raiders will possess it. They'll play a through ball near sideline, but right there's Javier Rosas. He swipes it ahead, and the Raiders send it right back. Good settle there by Patrick McDavid at midfield. They'll get it on the feet of Meanix for the first time. Porter wants to give it up to Meanix, but they can't make the hook up. Russell with a push near side. Stepping to there was Brody Shearer. Now the Raiders back in possession. They'll try to chip it across the front of the 18, but the Russell defense steps in, and off they go with the ball moving forward now. We'll play it up the far sideline. That's a run toward Ben Totten. Totten working down in that right corner. Throw in coming up for Russell. Totten with a big leg, also kicks for the football team, following in the footsteps of his brother, who went off to kick at the collegiate level. So a throw in coming up for Russell on the far sideline, just above the 18. Big throw there, down inside the 18, and Raiders will turn it away. Stepping to, though, was Elijah Neal. Settles with the ball, moving along the end line, chips it across the top of the 6, and then the Raiders will head it away. Then a ball that settles in there and a diving, or I guess I should say a leaping save more, there by Colin Pennington, as that ball was ricocheted off of a player down inside that 18-yard box and just in front of the 6 there, that allowed Pennington to go up and mid it. Raiders work with the ball far side, play it through, looking down for Meanix. Russell steps to, pops it out of bounds though. Meanix will do the throw in. I figured immediately as soon as he picked it up, they'd say drop it and take off. They want to try to find the ball to his feet if they possibly can. Now Caden Tussey will take over with the throw in on the far sideline after the Raiders got nothing on that one that they wanted. Tussey with a big throw looking toward the head of Meanix. Travels back near sideline. Ben Porter, pressure from behind, loses it off his feet. Now Porter steps to and boots it out of bounds. Alan Ramirez tosses it in. Raiders take it away. Again, just trading punches here at midfield is what we've done through much of the first 10 minutes here of this opening period. Here's a nice ball up the near sideline. Ludwig has it taken off his feet by a big tackle there by Joe Bramall with the slide tackle. And now Ludwig a little slow to come back to his feet. So the official will come near side and check on Ludwig. He slowly gets to his feet, and he's good to go. So a throw-in coming up for Russell. Right in front of our broadcast position, Alan Benitez Ramirez will toss it in. Off the head there of Bramall. Ramirez trying to sweep it through. The Raiders take it away. They'll play it ahead looking for Meanix. Ray Profit pops it out of bounds and stops the run there for the Raiders. We'll get a drop to Patty McDavid. McDavid tries to go forward, and then a trip on the near sideline, and a player for Russell takes a tough spill. That's Alan Benitez Ramirez, one of the several seniors on this year's program for Russell. Looked like as he went to sweep it through, he caught him on the shin, and now we've got a player that's down, and that is Jacob Ludwig, who just basically had to sit down to get them to stop action so he could come off. So 30 minutes left to play here in the opening period. We'll get our first sub in the ball game, as Eli Scott will check in. Raiders coming into the matchup. They've won 5 consecutive. Big ball down inside the 18. Mullins will try to settle. Now Russell will work it to the right side. Had a runner there for Scott. He couldn't make the hook up. It's out of bounds, a throw in on the far sideline. Coming up and doing the pitch will be Ethan Stamper. Big throw down inside the 18 and off the header. Back line for the Raiders, turn it away. Raiders trying to get it cleared. And a diving save off the far sideline there by Colin Pennington. That was a ricochet off of his mitts because that was a bullet. And the junior booms it away. And a ball that plays off the head, goes all the way back to the Russell goalie. Let's take a look at the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay on that last shot there. A nice diving save there as Bradley Mullins tried to put one in early on. Kevin Grandison, freshman, checking in for his first action tonight. Russell throw in down that far sideline, trying to work that right side. Raiders bump it out. They'll move it up further, kind of opposite the 18 box, or the 18-yard box extended, if you will. Russell's had some really good throws down inside the 18, and the Raiders have done a great job of turning it away, and that time it's just, here it is, and a ricochet right back. Raiders cleared again, but it finds the feet of Jason Benitez Ramirez. Good ball up to Meanix. Meanix plays it through, and Javier Rosas turns it away. That's something that you run into when you play everybody back, and you only leave one forward up front, is he's usually outnumbered, and that's exactly what happened right there with Meanix. He had nobody to give himself relief. He tried to play it ahead on a runner for himself, but had three defenders in front of him, and he couldn't find a hole there to punch it through. Raiders with a throw in up that far sideline. Looking for Meanix. He can't get it there as Kazmarzik kind of boxed him out there in that far side corner, so it's a goal kick coming up for Russell. Again, Ashland and Rowan County will play tonight at approximately 8:30. Catch that game right here on Kool TV. Championship scheduled for Saturday. For the moment, it's scheduled at 5 and 7. If East Carter would win this game, the talk last night from the athletic director here at Ashland, Jim Conway, those games are going to be moved to 1 and 3 because East Carter has homecoming. So they want to try to facilitate them as best they possibly can. But for the moment, it stays at 5 and 7 unless an East Carter win, and then it should be rescheduled. Here's Totten working down inside the box and bends that one wide as it goes way behind the box. And Colin Pennington's going to trace it down. He's going to need a taxi cab to get back. Looking at Russell's schedule, they started off with a 1-0 loss to Ashland. They rolled off 4 consecutive wins over Lawrence, Mountain Mission, Virginia, and Prestonsburg. Those 2 games were down at Belfry. And then a win over Johnson Central. They fell to Montgomery County 4-3. Hammered Greenup 12-2. Lost to Campbell County 4-0. Got a revenge win over Ashland 4-0. Or 2-0, excuse me. And a 2-0 win over Lawrence. Got upended by Hurricane 9-0. Won over East Carter 2-1. And have really been settled in nicely as the lone loss to Wheelersburg there right before going into postseason as they beat Ashland in the 63rd District Championship, and then a 6-1 win over Fleming County to start the 16th Region Tournament. Big ball by Pennington as he lofts it all the way across the midfield stripe. That game against Fleming County, Jason Benitez Ramirez scored 2 goals. Elijah Neal, Noah Miller, Alan Benitez Ramirez and Briley Mullins all punched in a goal. Hampton had 4 saves, gave up the lone goal there in the 6-1 win. Here's Tussey. Gets hung up in the box, and we're going to get a kick from the mark. So the foul inside the box with 24:36 to play here in the first period. It's going to give East Carter a penalty kick. Let's see who they're going to line up for the shot. So Grant Meanix is who is going to take the shot. There was no mark, so the official had to walk it off. So Meanix lines it up. A big opportunity here for the Raiders. And Meanix lobs it over top of the net. Well, high and wide, and East Carter misses a great scoring opportunity. So a big scoring opportunity there for the Raiders missed after Russell called for the infraction down inside the box. And we stay scoreless here 16 minutes into this contest. Big ball out near midfield. Second bounce settled near side by Alan Benitez Ramirez. A roll up the near sideline. A nice slide tackle on the back line there. A Raider loses a shin guard. We play on. He lost both shin guards. He's got him in his hand for the moment as he picked him up off the turf. He'll take this one out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for Russell. And we'll have an opportunity to shove his shin guards back down in his socks. That was Riley Steele that lost his shin guards, and then after he got himself situated, he helps Allen back off the playing surface here at Ashland. So big opportunity here for Russell. As Briley Mullins will try to place it ever so firmly on top of the Bermuda playing surface here. See if they can bend one in here and take an early 1-0 lead. Good ball, high arcing ball into the 18. Pin balls around. Raiders clear it loose. They'll get it out to Meanix, who had settled back over. He'll bring it up the near sideline. Shoved off the ball as Ramirez takes it back. Physical matchup thus far. We've only had the one infraction that gave East Carter a penalty kick. The Raiders could not capitalize on it. They're in that 15th minute. We remain scoreless in this winner-go-home matchup. Again, the first time these two teams have met in the regional tournament since 2017. Raiders played to a 2-1 loss last year in the region finals to Boyd County. Last won the region back in 2019. That was a 4-3 victory over Rowan. That Rowan County team will play Ashland tonight at approximately 8:30 for the second berth into the championship on Saturday. Russell trying to play it down that far side of the 18, and then it's just off the leg of Scott too strong, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. You really kind of watch this as it goes along. Both teams have tried to get runs going. Both have kind of battled for position in between the boxes. And outside of a shot here and a shot there, neither has really got a good chance to settle a ball at their feet and really deliver a good run and an attack at the goal. Russell has possessed the ball much better than the Raiders here in the opening half. But the Raiders' back line has played very solid of not allowing Russell to get a good, clean look and a turn other than one shot that Colin Pennington was able to knock away. Totten trying to chip it down near side. Spins, turns, and Benitez Ramirez there to help him out. Now Rosas. Russell will switch fields. They'll settle things down off the right side as the Raiders apply extra pressure. And they'll swipe it away, but a big tumble there to the deck by Connor Lane as he comes up a little slow, but now back from behind as he'll apply heavy pressure there to Jason Benitez Ramirez, who knifes his way right across to the top of the 18. He got stuck on the ball and fell, and they're going to get a free kick just outside the 18. He tried to swipe left, and as he did, the ball got stuck on his foot. There was 3 Raiders in position, and our official immediately blew the whistle, so they've got to give him 10 yards, so he'll mark off the distance. But he'll be able to try to bend this one and see if they can pop this one into the net. This is Ben Totten that'll line things up. Totten, the junior, has 7 goals on the season. This is one of those where you want to crash on anything that gets away from the goalie. Loose ball near side. Raiders will turn it loose. Meanix chasing. A good slide tackle by Rosas near sideline, and the Red Devils keep it going. And then a sweet move there by Rosas as he's working on Patty McDavid. That's got the fans here really enjoying the action. That was a beautiful display of some dribbling skills there. McDavid shows off a little fake of his own there. Plays it ahead looking for Tussey. It'll take a heavy hop over top of him over to Stamper on the back line for Russell. And now here's Caden Tussey. Has the run up the far sideline. Tries to center it up. Meanix staying on side. They'll roll it out to Meanix. Meanix ahead, gets bumped off the ball just inside the box. Raiders regain it near side. Totten trying to chase it down before it gets out of bounds, and it'll tumble over the near sideline, and a throw-in coming up for East Carter. Raiders will try to play it down this near side. Ball headed down at the feet of a Raider. And then the Red Devils will just boom it back near midfield, and the Raiders will say, here it comes right back. Return to sender, if you will. Meanix fighting for position on the far side. He's been really held in check thus far. And a big caroming ball that goes all the way off of a Russell defender and all the way back into the midst of Caden Hampton. He'll boom it near sideline. 50-50 ball, one out of the air by Russell on the second ball. Near side it comes. Ben Porter trying to play it ahead. Raiders just kind of booming it around for the moment, not really possessing the ball very well. Russell has had some really nice possessions. Raiders' back line have done a really good job of taking those away. Here's another run. And again, that's the Raiders' defense back line really packing it in 4 across and dropping in that midfielder there to kind of help on that back line to not allow Russell to get those straight line runs at the goal. Jacob Ludwig back on for East Carter. Jackson Stewart checks in, his first action. Scoreless here, 17 minutes to play in the opening half. Jason Benitez Ramirez drops it off to Allen. And then Rosas, they'll go in that triangle. This is where Russell really does damage when they can get those triangles going. A nice run to the tot, and he tries to bring it out. Had a good run and just couldn't get the pop that he needed to feed Alan Benitez Ramirez for that run. Here's a great ball up the near sideline. Can Meanix keep it in? He does. Nope. Official says he was just out of bounds. Tried to chip it back across the boundary line on the near sideline and play it ahead, but it was just out of bounds as he made contact. Neal with a run taken off his feet at midfield. The Raiders, again, just cannot settle the ball as Stewart in tow there with Lodwig. And it's a throw in for Russell, far sideline down next to their bench. Russell settles things down. Comes back near sideline. That's Benitez Ramirez. Totten wants to roll it down to him. He gets it on his feet, left side. And a nice ball there that was blocked out of bounds, and a corner kick coming up as the defensive effort there by Brody Shear took it away, and the infraction there on the bad ball gives it right back to East Carter. Raiders ready to go and try to play it ahead of Lane. He wasn't ready for it. Nearly a turnover there. As Ben Porter said, turn around, let's go. Sub coming on for East. Blaine Bramble will head off. Caden Tussey coming back on. So Tussey will try to play near side, working with Meanix. Good ball there to Tussey. He'll chip it ahead to Meanix. Meanix on a run up the near side. Really good ball from Tussey to Meanix. Heavy pressure there. It pinballs off of Rosas out of bounds. Throw in for the Raiders inside of 15 to play here in the opening half. Still scoreless. Both teams have had some good looks. There's a big ball down inside the box. It goes off the chest of the Raiders. And a goal kick coming up for Russell. "15th minute of the ball game. East Carter had a penalty kick, and Meanix just flexed way too much and launched it well over top of the goal. And missed a golden scoring opportunity in a game in which has shown right now any scoring at all is going to be at a premium. Meanix, nice little move near side, has it taken off his feet though. Russell will start a run. Totten with a touch. See if they feed it back to him, and a good ball near side to Totten. Totten settles, tries to swipe it back right. Ramirez will curl, chip it down, and it's turned away off the header there to the Raiders midfielder. And Lane will just botch it out of bounds to slow down the attack for Russell, who again pushes everybody up. Russell has possessed in the Raiders' side of the defense for much of the first half. Right now, 3 defenders across the midfield stripe for Russell, and everybody up attacking. Here's Jason Ramirez, Benitez Ramirez. Feeds it off right side, and the Raiders, again, can't say enough about what they've done on that back line for the 4 defenders for East Carter to not give Russell free looks. The problem is when they clear it, there's nobody home except for usually Meanix out top, and there's nobody to give him any relief. As a field goal goes all the way to the fence, some 45, 50 yards past the goal. So a goal kick coming up for East Carter. Riley Steele will tee it up. He's going to move it to the opposite side and put things back underway. Russell again with the interception at midfield. Russell wanting a handball. We play on. Totten takes it away from Porter, who loses his footing. The Raiders just cannot possess the ball, as that one right there nearly got to our cameraman on the far sideline. He got hit last night. Caught his tripod once. And you're in never man land if standing on the sideline. Sometimes you just never know, especially when balls are moving, what's going to happen. Speaking of things just happened, I just got hit with a bug in the eye. Gosh. Benitez Ramirez with a nice piece of ball work right here. Hands it off to Jason. And he loses it for the moment. Off to Mullins. Mullins right side. And a corner kick coming up. Stamper was there trying to chip. Looking backside, they've moved Totten over to the near sideline. Trying to play him off this left edge. Well, actually, they'll say it just stayed inside the flag. So a throw in and a nice save there with a quick pair of hands by Colin Pennington. As that ball nearly tumbled right off of a player and past his hands, he made a great stop. Then it kind of caromed away from him for a moment. Just took a deep breath and reached out and grabbed it. Let's take a look at that one on the Grayson Sporting Goods Instant Replay. The throw-in was a really good one. Found the foot of Jason Benitez Ramirez and then hit the right upright. And Colin Pennington was able to snatch it away. Patrick McDavid checking back in for the Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders just kind of trying to hammer the ball downfield and not really set up any form of offense whatsoever. As Jason settles it, turns it midfield, but the Raiders step two. Rolling out near sideline, Meanix with a nice move. He's got two in tow, gets tangled up from behind. Ball tumbles out of bounds, Raiders throw in. Inside of 10 to go here in the opening period, still scoreless. Two really good soccer teams right here going at each other. Saw a great match last night in the second semifinals on the girls. Reese Bush checking in, replacing Ben Porter. Ashland in double overtime last night with a corner kick knocked off East Carter 2-1. Raiders had some great opportunities missed to end the first half. Went to the locker room up 1-0 and just never could finish off the Lady Cats. Mallory Cottle played a remarkable game in net for the Lady Cats and just continued to give them opportunities to stay in the contest. You know, you hear it called a fighter's chance. Just give me a chance to stand there and stay in the match. As we'll get an inadvertent handball there by Mullins that just bounced off the playing surface and caught his hand. So a free kick coming up for East Carter. 8.5 to play in the opening period. Raiders tried to turn it down the sideline off the header. That was from Reese Bush. He couldn't make the connection. Here's a nice ball chipped down just outside the 18. The Raiders defense steps to. Again, just turns and fires it right back toward midfield, and Russell standing there waiting to take it away. One move, and it's right back on the feet of a Red Devil, and they're making a push. Riley Mullins working down in the corner with 3 on. Gets pushed off the ball, and a whistle and a foul. As Mullins just lowered the shoulder. Boo birds raining down here on both sides in the opening half. Meanix tries to settle. Can't do so as Rosas will just boom it off of a Raider. Throw in Russell. Sub coming on for Russell from the far side. Looks like it's Gunnar Hignite checking in, replacing Riley Mullins. Good look there as freshman Elijah Neal will take over. Neal, a spectacular basketball player, had a great 8th grade season for Derek Cooksey there at Russell. Only a freshman, and he'll certainly look to continue on that. And a little extracurricular on the back end there by Russell as Pennington puts it high in the night sky here over top of Frank Sloan E.B. Lowland Field and flips the field all the way down for the Raiders to try to make an attack. Good ball just outside the 18. They'll curl it near side, but one hop into the midst of Hampton. Hampton with a big boom across midfield it goes. Raiders control it out of the air. Big bounce as Tussey tried to settle it. Now both teams just trying to win position, neither being able to get it settled. Raiders throw in. Pair of subs coming on for the Raiders on the far sideline, one coming on for Russell. Noah Miller coming on. Back in is Porter and Connor Lane. Approaching 5 minutes to play here in the opening half. Scoreless. Raiders throw in. Big throw down inside the 18. Turned away by the Red Devils back line off the header. Benitez Ramirez with a runner up ahead to his brother Jason. Slams on the brakes, tries to turn it across the top of the 18. It glanced off of the head of Riley Steele and then right into the mitts of Colin Pennington on the back line. One thing with Pennington, he can send that ball to the moon. Russell tries to win it out of the air. Rosas played it, but he played it backward right to his goalie. That's a tough ball to control when you get a ball that high. And again, then trying to play the second bounce because it's getting a really hard bounce here as we've had no rain to speak of to even try to soften up the playing surface. And again, the surface is not dead. It's just dormant due to the colder temperatures that we've seen. And of course, some of the watering conditions that we've had with the lack of rain and stuff. But playing surface was in really good shape. I walked it last night and again today before the game, and it's very plush. It doesn't look like it is, but there's a lot of grass that's there, and it is very plush when you play on it. Inside of 4 to go here in the first half. Raiders with a good chance for a run here. Tussey makes a nice move to settle up in the box. McDavid has it taken off his feet. McDavid wanted one more touch to get it down to Tussey, who was set up at the top of the 18, but the Raiders can't get it there. Mason McDowell has really stepped up big here in the last 3 or 4 minutes, trying to play some possessions, and Rosas just took it away from the Raiders. Throw in coming up for Russell. Sub on the far side. As coming in for Russell's Bryson Hill. Grant Meanix back in for East Carter. Inside of 3 to go before halftime. Scoreless here in Ashland. Perfect night here. Weather is very cool and comfortable. Not supposed to get quite as cool as it did last night. Today we saw temperatures topping up in their 70s, right at 80 degrees when we got to the field this evening. But the sun was gone, pretty much shading most of the side here next to where the stands are and where we're set up for the broadcast. A great save there by Colin Pennington as Russell tried to play it through and had Jason Benitez Ramirez on a run, but couldn't make the hookup. Big bouncing ball. Meanix will try to settle. Taking his time, gets 2 on, though. Loses it as Totten takes it away. Meanix trying to cut off the angle. There's Totten slams on the brakes. Russell just making the Raiders chase the ball for the most part. A lot of the first half here. Meanix fighting for position, but playing with 3 white jerseys in front of him. Raiders will play it out of the air with a header. We got a Raider down. Chip shot comes near sideline. Popped out of bounds. Throw in for East Carter. That's Patrick McDavid that's really trying to battle through here in this last 90 seconds. A laser beam that finds the head of Alan Benitez Ramirez on the clear. Another throw for the Raiders. Raiders would really like to keep the ball down inside this part of midfield and not allow Russell to get another run, as they have everybody pushed up. Again, looking toward Meanix, can't make the connection. as Marsick booms that one out of bounds far sideline. Raiders throw in, and then they'll just advance it across the midfield stripe there after it's knocked out of bounds. Logan Rice with the toss. Ahead to near side of the Raiders. Meanix left it for Tussey. Tried to make a kick on a high bouncing ball, but couldn't do anything with it. 10 seconds to play in the half. Russell with an opportunity for one more run if they can get it going. Raiders back line will just turn that one away. It'll settle, and we head to halftime. Scoreless here at the half with East Carter and Russell in the first semifinal tonight of the 16th region. Halftime coverage when we return after this on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Have you heard about Red 8 RX? It's Greenup's locally owned community pharmacy at 96 Seton Avenue, Unit 8, located behind the Bellefonte Medical Center. Red 8 RX is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and Saturday 2 to 6. Of course, you can always check them out online at red8rxllc.com. Red 8 RX at 96 Seton Avenue. Visit them today and experience the Red 8 RX difference. Give them a call, 513-285-8883. Red 8 RX.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road Greenup has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring. 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here in Ashland, Frank Sloan E.B. Loman Field on the campus of Paul Blazer High School. Scoreless at the half. Russell and East Carter. James Carter, happy to have you along with us here. Mostly possessed in the first half by Russell. They, I would say, probably possessed, I would say easily 30 of the 40 minutes in the opening half of soccer here. East Carter had a golden opportunity in the 15th minute of action after a foul occurred inside the box. Grant Meanix lined up the penalty kick, and he launched a missile over top of the goal and wide right as well, and it's been scoreless since then. Russell's had a couple of balls turned toward Colin Pennington in the goal for the Raiders, but he's been able to do a good job of thwarting all of those opportunities away, and neither team has really had many opportunities to get some good looks. Again, as much as Russell has possessed it down on the side of East Carter's defense, the Raiders' back line has done a really good job of not giving those straight line runs and really letting balls settle at the feet before somebody can also be there to take away that turn and try to bend one back toward the goal. So you got to say a lot for the Raiders' defense. Can they stand tall for another 40 minutes? And, again, is this one of those games that 80 minutes won't be enough to decide it? The previous 3 meetings have all been 2-1 outcomes favoring Russell. We're scoreless here through the first 40. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second half of action. Scoreless here in the first semifinal of the boys' 16th Region Soccer Tournament at Ashland. Our coverage continues after this on Kool TV.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm dreaming.
Of what?
Fall in the bluegrass, days at the track, nights on the 50-yard line.
Well, you want to be at the 50 instead of on the 50. That could be dangerous.
But to complete your day, you can count on Clark's Pump and Shop.
Whether it's a breakfast sandwich or pizza on the way to the track, picking up drinks and crispy crunchy chicken on the way to the game, no one has you covered like Clark's Pump and Shop.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. We are the home office.
Fall hunting season is here, and Border Sporting Goods has your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reloading supplies, along with a wide selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
You want to save money, and Appalachian Wireless gets that. Right now, you can get up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and the greatest on the Advantage Unlimited plan with a trade-in. Did y'all hear me? Up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and greatest with a trade-in. Now, I'm not a math whiz, but this deal, it's amazing. And you'll be on the region's premier network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. See AppalachianWireless.com for complete terms and conditions.
Back here at Ashland, just a little bit over 3 minutes left to go in halftime. Preview of game number 2 coming up later this evening. It's Ashland and Rowan County. As Tomcats 11-6-1 on the season, Rowan County 11-6-2 on the year. They both have had some really good seasons rolling here. It was Rowan County beating Fleming County in the 61st District Championship, and they earned a bye. So Ashland had to play in that first-round matchup, but this will be their 4th consecutive meeting in the regional tournament between Ashland and Rowan. Ashland defeated West Carter 4-0 in the opening round. They defeated Rowan County 2-0 back on the 19th of September. Silas Perzala and Gavin Maynard punched in goals. Nick Parker with an assist. Frazier with a pair of saves. Sawyer Frazier, got the chance to see him in person a couple of times, and he's really solid in the net for the Tomcats. And I saw Rowan County once this year, and they played East Carter to a stalemate midway through the year. That was, I guess, about the end of the first third of the season. It was a 1-1 game over in Grayson. That was East Carter rolled off 9 consecutive wins, mixed in with a pair of ties with South Point and Rowan. Took losses to Russell and Ashland in 2-1 fashion, and then their only other loss was to Rowan County 5-3. And since that point, 5 consecutive wins, giving up 3 goals along the way and scoring 20. Last time they played, 3-1 win over West Carter in the 62nd District Championship. So good look there at the Raiders on the sideline. Trying to get back into the region championship game after falling last year 2-1 to Boyd County. That was a phenomenal contest. Kind of a back and forth game, if you will, and just so happened Boyd County was able to find a goal at the right possible minute and take off with the championship. The game that really kind of decided that contest, it was a double overtime, did not settle it. It was 1-1 between East and Ashland. We went from kicks to the mark, and East Carter won at 4-3. And it was such a physical battle. Boyd County defeated Fleming County 4-0 in the upper half of that bracket and had what you would say a little bit more manageable second-round game there in the semifinals than what East and Ashland had, obviously playing that late game. And just a very physical matchup between the Tomcats and the Raiders. And it certainly, you could tell the difference of Boyd County's legs was a lot more fresh in that ball game. And they were able to finish it out enough to take down the Raiders and win the 16th region title. The Raiders will possess the ball to start the second half. We'll work it from right to left as you view it here on the screen. Nightfall here in Ashland, and just a little bit of a kind of a purplish glow left off on the nighttime sky across the way as twilight starting to settle in here over the stadium. More of a cotton candy kind of colored sky last night. But here tonight, clear skies and perfect conditions. We're ready for second half of action. Raiders will possess. Waiting for our official to give us the signal to go, and we'll be off and running. Hampton and Pennington have stood tall in their respective goals. And we are ready to roll. Raiders are going to try to start a run. Again, Russell steps two. Russell goes right back into earning possession and trying to continue to push up on the Raiders. Throw in down the far sideline. Big high arcing ball backside and going up and grabbing it there was Colin Pennington with a big fist pump. We got a player down. I'll take a look at that replay here in just a moment, but we're going to get a drop in to the Raiders. Here's a look at that last save there by Pennington. High arcing ball and goes up and basically got undercut there by the, looked like that was Jason Benitez Ramirez, and Ramirez took the brunt of the fall there when Pennington came down. Lodwick rolls it up the near side, trying to play it to Stamper. Loses it out of bounds, throwing for the Raiders. If you're watching with us here on Kool TV and have not done so, give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell there. That'll give you a notification each time we drop in new material here on the channel. High school football tomorrow night. A lot of games around the area. A couple of local teams finishing out what is the remainder of the bye weeks as we get into the last third of the regular season. All just working down inside the 18, and then it hits the upright over on the pole vaulting platform. And a goal kick coming up for the Raiders. You can check out our website, Kool1057.com. We've got all kinds of great stuff on there for music, sports, statistics, the high school football banter. Ben Spicer, Spencer Hutchinson, and myself break down all the local games in the area, some college games and pro games each week, making our picks. Feel free to follow along with our picks and tell us how terrible we are each and every week. We've had some really bad weeks along the way. Good ball there by Russell, but Raiders turn it away. And then a sliding save there by Pennington. Again, really being aggressive, attacking that ball, and a big throw up the far sideline starts a run for the Raiders. That's one thing with Pennington. He's got the big leg, but, man, he can throw it with the best, a baseball player. He's a catcher. You can see it with that arm. Raiders working with it down on that right side. Big throw down inside the box, headed away by Kazmarzik. Before it could get to the foot of Meanix, Russell turns it away, settles it, and plays it out front. Raiders make a nice interception, though. Looking down toward Tussey. Russell just clogging up all those passing lanes before East Carter can get a through ball. McDowell will just tumble it back to Pennington, and he'll boom it up the far sideline. Russell throw in. Excuse me, East Carter throw in. That's Ben Porter. McDavid with 2 on, working there at midfield. Nice move there by Russell on a run, and a ball just passed. As allows Pennington to get there. Another good ball through by the Red Devils, but can't get it out on the feet of those forwards. We're still scoreless here. 5 minutes almost gone here in the second half of play. Raiders throw in. Pushing up very high are the Raiders. You can kind of feel the intensity level of this one ratcheting up, of knowing one ball in the back of the net might be enough tonight. Both of these teams have played very physical, good defense. Has not been able to pick it up a lot to make good runs. Now the Russell fans coming alive here to my right. A couple of fans trying to get him going, and then it died out very quickly, but a good effort. Good crowd on the sidelines here, and East Carter fans return with "We Can't Hear You." First time I've been at a soccer game and I've heard some fun criticism between the fans. Usually it's really ugly criticism both ways, and this one they're just both enjoying it each other. So that's a welcome sight for sure. Raiders will backpedal and drop it off to Pennington. Pennington lost it off his foot for a moment. He's out of the goal, and the Raiders did a good job of just getting rid of that one. That was a dangerous moment as East Carter just dodged a big bullet right there by the Red Devils. There's Lodwick. Plays it down in the near side corner. Alan Benitez Ramirez across the 18. Nobody there for the Red Devils. Raiders play it forward. Trying to keep it in bounds there was Ben Porter. He can't keep it right there in front of his bench. Throw in for Russell. Phoenix settling. Again, Russell has just done such a great job of taking away those passing lanes for the Raiders. And the possession has been heavily favoring the Red Devils. Good job by Logan Rice right there to tie up that far sideline. There's a slow roller right down to the feet of Pennington. He'll just let it trickle down and settle in. I think my producer lost which direction she was going. It happens. Big ball out of the air off the head there of Lodwick, but turned it the wrong direction. Benitez Ramirez tries to play it ahead. Russell loses it out of bounds, throw in for the Raiders. And we get a sub on the far sideline. A couple of Raiders coming on. Porter will check out. In comes Jackson Stewart. And Reese Bush back in. Again, it's almost impossible to see the numbers for Reese Carter. White numerals on silver backs. And it just does not stick out whatsoever. Raiders throw in back near midfield. McDavid. Good job there by Logan Rice to thwart that one away. Manix lets it settle after crossing midfield. Wants to turn it off to the far sideline. Raiders will drop and play it off to the far sideline now. Can't keep it in bounds. Randy Vanover's team playing a little catch on the far sideline and the ball that tumbled into their bench. Again, we just go back and forth, 50-50 balls out of midfield. Totten will settle right inside the circle. Tries to play it ahead. Raiders thwarted away for the moment. Nice move and a diving save in the goal. Alan Benitez Ramirez uncorked one. And Pennington hits one high into the sky here over top of Ashland. Take a look at this one again. Got that one on the left foot and a diving save there by the goalie for the Raiders. 10 minutes gone here in the second half. Still scoreless. Again, the sideline situations on the far sideline, the players cannot be up in that white box. They have to stay situated back at the bench area. Only the coaches are allowed up to be standing there along the sidelines. Kind of frees up a lot of room that typically would be highly occupied, but there's a big ball played ahead. And a handball on the Raiders just outside the 18. He's going to line up a great opportunity here for Russell to take a shot at the goal. Inside of 29 to go in the contest. About 3 to 4 yards out top of the 18, just wide of the right upright. Ben Totten asking for his 10 yards. Raiders are going to set up a two-man wall. They're going to pull Kazmarzik, down toward the box and bring his height into play. Russell with only two players back now. Totten probably feels like right now he's lining up a field goal attempt in football. Rolls it across the top of the 18 and a little chip shot that goes over top. Colin Pennington holds his hands up and says it's good. So goal kick coming up for the Raiders. You got to wonder at what point is one of these opportunities going to pay dividends, or which team is going to waste away those golden opportunities that's not going to give them an opportunity to put this game away. Pennington didn't look like he caught that one cleanly, but either way, the Raiders win it away at midfield. McDowell takes it to the far sideline. Raiders will try to play it up the far edge. Looking for a fade toward Meanix. Now they got to throw down the line. Meanix giving chase. Meanix fighting for position. Rosas on the back line there. Takes it away. They'll dribble it loose. Again, this is the first time since 2017 these two teams have met in the region tournament. Last three contests all won by Russell. 2-1 final scores. Two of the three Raiders' losses this year finished at that same mark. The other one a 5-3 shortcoming to Lawrence County. Caden Hampton comes out and makes the stab and kind of looked like somebody yanked a rug out from underneath his feet. Short kick comes near sideline. Lodowick will settle. See if Russell can get a run going here, and they can't get the little touch and go there between he and Stamper. This was almost the same mark of when the Raiders got that penalty kick on the foul down inside the box back in the first half. It was at the 15-minute mark. We're inside of 26 to go. Still goose eggs on the scoreboard. See if Russell starts to play up a little bit more. Right now, Mullins with a good run down the sideline. And then Totten has it taken off his feet. But as soon as the Raiders gain possession, they're trying to feed Meanix and missed him by a good 10 yards. There's Alan Benitez Ramirez trying to work in traffic and loses it back to the Raiders, and a swift kick, and boom, right back it goes. Russell's done a good job of working down the near side and trying to feed it up. There you can see Connor Lane sitting down on the playing surface, trying to grab his foot. Looks like he's got a cramp he's working through. And we'll get a stop there as the ball goes out of bounds. And Lane will step off. Jackson Stewart back in. So a throw in for the Raiders on the far sideline, right next to the Russell bench at the end, closest to the goal. Raiders stepping two, but again, Russell can't make a run. Now they've got a nice ball out in front. And a whistle and a foul from behind. So too much contact from behind on East Carter will give Russell another free kick coming up. And it's going to be just outside. Now we're going to get a yellow card at this spot. So that is on Riley Steele. So Ben Totten lines up his shot. There's a great look at it right there. Field level. Let's see if Totten can find a way to bend one in here and put Russell in front. Goes back corner, and the Devils stick it in the net. So Benitez Ramirez with the goal makes it 1-0. Let's take a look at it on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. It's one of those balls that it just kind of pinballed around. And right there in front of Pennington, as he made the dive to make the first stop, Benitez Ramirez with the crash. And could not make the second stop. So Russell takes advantage of the infraction that sets up the free kick and gives Russell a 1-0 lead here late in the second half, nearly the halfway mark. And again, it was almost that same timing from the same sideline when East Carter picked up a foul against Russell inside the box that it gave them a corner or a free kick from the mark. And a wide kick. A great opportunity for the Raiders to jump out in front. And now they find themselves playing from behind. And this is against a Russell team that has really taken it to them on the possession side of things. East Carter's going to really have to ratchet things up and control the ball much better than what it was able to do in the first half. Again, championship game on Saturday. Winner of this game will play the winner of Ashland and Rowan County, which is up next. Game scheduled to kick at approximately 8:30. Raiders trying to get back into the 16th Region Championship game after falling last year to Boyd. Russell looking for its first ever 16th Region Championship. They played down into the region finals in 2017 as Russell just misses an opportunity there on a ball that's bent wide. They lost to East Carter 3-1. And the last year they spent in the 11th region, back in 2011, they beat Ashland in double overtime 3-2. Let's take a look at that last shot there on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. Just a pair of feet that found the same connection as it was between Benitez Ramirez and Mullins, and just wide of that left upright. And what an equalizer that would have been at the moment, taking a 2-0 lead as we approach the halfway point here in the second half. That would be huge especially for as much as Russell has been able to control the possession here throughout this contest. I said it at the halftime. I would not say to the least that Russell probably controlled the ball for 30 of the first 40 minutes. East Carter had a couple of looks, but again, sitting back and thinking about that missed penalty kick, just looming in the balance right now, certainly how big it plays out with Russell in front 1-0. And then they got a corner kick coming up on the near sideline. Now they're going to trade positions, and they'll bring over Briley Mullins. He'll try to fluff one up, much like what he did down in this near side corner back in the first half. Mullins will start his approach as we cross 20 minutes. Line drive back line, right into the mitts. What a save there off the ricochet from the ground by the Raiders keeper. And that keeps it 1-0. We got just a couple of bowling ball pins. It just took a tumble on the far sideline. Grant Meanix was the one that paid the price there. He gets back to his feet as the ball settles around him, and we play on. And we'll get a foul against Russell. So now a Raiders free kick coming in just outside the 18. Right on the circle And our official just asked for a stoppage. Patty McDavid there kind of bent over. Still waiting to see what the stoppage is for. So we're going to bring the Raiders players out to the, I didn't notice the player on the opposite end. My mistake. So we got a player down on the back end here. I was following the position of the ball up here and did not see the player down in the back line here. As it looks like it's the Raiders goalie. So 19-18 to play here in the second half. Levi Kaiser, one of the assistant coaches there for the Raiders. Pennington jumps up and heads to the sideline. Raiders will have to go to their backup goalie. On the season had been Connor Lane. And let's see if he's the one that takes over. As he will be, so he'll take the mitts. Raiders, though, with a great opportunity here for an equalizer. As once we go back in play, a free kick coming on just outside the top of the 18. The official made the stoppage signal and was kind of watching Patty McDavid there as he was bent over. Never really saw anything happening in the back line, and then all of a sudden turned around. It's behind me of where I'm standing, and then saw the Raiders goalie that was down on the playing surface. So a four-man wall for the Tomcats set up. Porter and McDavid setting up for one or the other to take the kick here. Porter's lining it up. Let's see if he actually gives it the whirl. The wall pays off, and Ashland keeps it in play on that far side. Really good job there defensively by the Tomcats. Physicality level really ratcheting up in this one. 19 minutes to play. A berth in Saturday's championship on the line. They'll play the winner of Ashland and Rowan County, which plays next. Scheduled for approximately about 8:30. Our lone goal coming in the 56th minute. Jason Benitez Ramirez punched it in. Off of a free kick that kind of pinballed off of the Raiders goalie. Right now, Russell certainly would like to take a trip down toward East Carter's goal as Raiders goalie of Colin Pennington had to come off after being injured and still over on the sideline. Lane stats on the season: 7 keeps, 1 goal allowed. But certainly not the position that you like to be in. Trailing 1-0 in the second half of the region semifinals. And your goalkeeper that's been solid all season long, stuck on the sideline. The Raiders are going to have to try to play through it here, and that back line has been so big for East Carter. Let's see if they can stand tall for Pennington, who is still being attended to by the athletic training staff by the Raiders on the far side. Quick throw in by Russell. And a swing and a miss there by Eli Scott. He was trying to line up a nice little chip shot there and missed everything. Raiders will tone it forward, but right there stepping to is Alan Benitez Ramirez. A little fake, then turns it back to that left edge, rolling it down toward Mullins. Mullins settles, has it taken off his feet, and it'll go to the Raiders. No, they'll say that was off the feet of the Raiders, so it's going to be Mullins with a corner kick. So Russell will get a corner coming up. Jacob Lodwick coming back on. Our crew tonight, Felicia Carr, our executive producer. Cam Bryan, far side on the camera from the field level. Good ball, back post. Turned away off the head. Russell had a couple of good looks at it. Nothing playing there. Jason Benitez Ramirez trying to settle. They'll say that it was off of him. So a free kick coming up for the Raiders. Otten wins it out of the air. McDavid settles it out at midfield. Raiders will start a run, trying to push it across. And again, just cannot find any passing lanes that Russell isn't just clogging up. Good job there by the back line there of Joel Bramall. Haven't called his name a lot tonight, but really kind of intercepted that last ball nicely. Meanix settles near side. Working with 3 on and right at the feet of Noah Miller, who takes it away from him. Then Meanix comes in from behind and throws a shoulder, and frustration level starting to mount here. 15 minutes to play. Meanix kind of a lone man up top, having to make his own, and he's been turning and finding 2 and 3 white jerseys every time he gets near a ball. Kazmarzik. Big ball, back door, and bends wide. That was a heck of a ball there by Kazmarzik. It gave a look. Connor Lane had to just kind of turn and let it fly through as we approach 14 to play here in the second half, and it's still 1-0 Russell. Goal in the 56th minute by Jason Benitez Ramirez. We'll be back with you here Saturday for the championship. Scheduled for the moment at 5 and 7 o'clock. If East Carter could come from behind and win this one, it would move the times due to East Carter's homecoming events. But if the Russell Red Devils hang on here, the original times of 5 and 7 will stay put. Here's a ball that finds its way through, and Russell can't put it in. Lane got out of position, and 2 players for Russell got there, and they got tangled up with the ball. Really good ball there, sent ahead by Russell. Couldn't find a way to stick it in the goal there. Raiders with a good run up the far sideline. Meanix in a cluster of white jerseys. That's something Russell has done such a great job of. Every time a ball finds its way up to an East Carter forward, it's just been a swarm of white jerseys everywhere. Physical battle on the far sideline there with Mullins. Russell just kind of tiptoeing it across the near sideline. Here's a look at that last ball down inside the box. Russell got a good start with a big bender. Lane came out, it rolled past him, and then both of the players there on the back post. And neither could get a ball on their feet or their head to put it in. 12:30 to go. 1-0 Russell trying to get into the region finals for the first time since 2017. They lost 3-1 to East Carter in that region final game. Lane comes way out of the box. Jason hands it off to Allen, and he'll swing it wide from the far side to the near. 12 minutes to play here in regulation. Russell leading it by a goal. Again, Russell just stepping to every single ball. Beating the Raiders there that was Elijah Neal on the back line there that took it away from Caden Tussey. Neal using his big stature there, working on McDowell. Neal at 5'7", McDowell only at 5'2". Makes Neal look very much bigger than he is. Neal turns this one down toward the 18. Raiders throwing on the far sideline. Now they're going to say it actually was touched last by the Raiders. So Mullins, and that's what I thought. I thought they had pointed there. Mullins, you can see him kind of grimacing there as they changed the call, or at least made the call that they had made. He didn't think that was the correct call. Two-hopper into the midst of Connor Lane, who's in the goal now for the Raiders. We got a player down on the far sideline for East Carter. So 10:41 on arrested clock here in the second half. Good look there at the Russell Red Devils walking over toward their bench here in this stoppage. Beautiful night here in Ashland. Frank Sloan E.B. Loman Field here at the campus of Paul Blazer High School. Girls last night in the semifinals, it was Ashland beating East Carter 2-1 in double overtime. Russell defeated West Carter 6-0. So that sets up Russell Ashland in the girls' championship on Saturday. That game will play first, scheduled for 5. And the boys will play after, scheduled for 7. I believe that's Patrick McDavid they're working with. See that captain's armband on his right arm there. So it does appear that Pennington's going back in the goal for the Raiders. That's a good sight. McDavid comes up on his own accord. That's a good sign as well. As we go back underway with just over 10 minutes to play here in regulation. Russell in front, 1-0. 56-minute goal by Jason Benitez Ramirez is the difference in this one. So we'll get a drop in as Colin Pennington steps back on the playing surface. Back underway we go. Pennington gets into a good one. Raiders try to settle. Heavy pressure there by Russell. Totten plays it forward. Looking for Benitez Ramirez on the near sideline. He'll settle on the boundary line, take it down to the right corner. Trying to make a turn. And then Connor Lane just booms it out of the near side. But he couldn't keep it on the correct side of the flag. It's going to be a corner kick coming up for Russell. We go across 10 minutes to play in regulation. Riley Mullins will tee it up again. Now we got a player down, and we'll get a stoppage as we got a player down for Russell. Ben Totten. Totten comes back to his feet under his own accord, and he's going to walk toward the sideline. Mark Hilburn will meet him there halfway to certified athletic trainer there at Russell. So 9:42 to play in regulation. Got up a couple of subs that'll check in each way. Looks like that they're almost dealing with something that is either a nosebleed or something he's gotten, something busted around his facial area or something. They immediately went toward the face area with a large towel when Totten got to the sideline. Corner kick is touched out of bounds there by Pennington, so it'll go from one side to the other. The Mullins will make the long trek across the playing surface. Right again. Starting to see a lot of green showing up here. Waiting for the second game to get underway as Rowan County and Ashland up next. Played off the header there. Pennington comes out. Gives it a big swift kick on the right side. McDowell tries to settle, loses it off of his footing as he tries to go forward. Nice job there by the Raiders to take away that run they had set up on the near side, though. Good ball there by the Raiders. McDavid, after being popped out earlier, jumping back in. 8.5 to play in regulation. As a senior, you're really starting to feel the pressure here. You got to get something going. Raiders throw a ball down inside the box. Nobody gets there. Ball goes back up into the midst as Hampton reaches up and hauls it in. Very dangerous ball there. Just kind of froze everyone. And then as East Carter got to it, Hampton was able to scoop it up. So we'll get a foul against Joel Bremmel. Inside of 8 to go. Free kick coming up for the Red Devils. Trying to play back into the region championship for the first time since 2017. Kazmarzik, big ball off the header, turned to the goal and right in the midst of Pennington on the one hopper. Big booming ball far sideline that goes all the way up near the top of the light posts. And out of bounds on the far sideline into the Russell bench. There's Ben Totten checking back in. 7 minutes to go here in regulation. Russell with a couple possessions there that the Raiders just tossed out and just keep moving it forward. Raiders win it on the back line, play it ahead up to Meanix. Meanix with a little bicycle kick there, wins it out of the head or out of the air, and then gets upended after jumping over top of Totten. He paid the price. They'll get Totten on the infraction, so a free kick coming up for the Raiders just cross midfield. Approaching 6 minutes to play. Low line drive kick. Again, won by the Red Devils. Jason Benitez Ramirez settles it. Tries to punch it out near midfield. The Raiders will turn it back forward. Russell turns it away and starts a push. Trying to get a runner up the far sideline, but the Raiders take it away. And just changing possessions in between the boxes is what we've seen for much of this ball game. There's a high arcing ball. Meanix trying to chase down, can't get to it. Raiders throw in. Meanix with a big throw down inside the box. Right into the hands, though, of Hampton. Good look there by Meanix as he had Tussey on an angle toward the keeper, but Hampton was able there to swipe it away. Raiders win at the 50-50 ball at midfield. Heavy pressure there from behind. McDowell gets taken off his feet. And he can't get up. We're starting to see some cramping issues that both teams are dealing with here late. 4.5 to go as Meanix will line it up. Big booming ball, and he sends it over top of the goal post. That one would have been good for midfield. He got a lot on that one, missed a golden opportunity back in the 15th minute of the contest on a penalty kick. 1-0 Russell. 4 minutes to go in regulation. Raiders 15-3-2 on the season. One of their 2 losses to this same Russell team. They lost it 2-1. Russell with a ball down on its offensive side. Trying to play with it across the top of the 18. Benitez Ramirez just spinning circles with the ball and comes out of it with it somehow. Turns it across the 18, and a ball sent wide of the goal. Pennington wants it quick. Raiders have to go. Meanix tries to play it out at midfield, played it off the head and played it backward. Raiders will send it ahead, and again, right to a white jersey. Good job there by Bramall. He'll step it up to McDowell. Nice move by McDowell. Gets caught from behind. And a whistle and a foul. That's a good whistle. He got hooked from behind. So the Raiders inside of 3 to go. A free kick near side. This one from about 32, 33 yards. Porter bends it down inside the box. Settles out to McDavid. Line drive slowly rolling near side, and Hampton puts it in the mitts. 2:30 to play. Those are the dangerous balls, those ones that find its way back to a player just standing still with nobody around them, and then a ball that just kind of caroms around and finds somebody with a chance to put a ball into the net. Here's Meanix, settles. Wall of white jerseys, finds some relief there with Lane. He loses his footing. We play on. Mullins with a head of steam. And Shearer just turns it out of bounds. Throw in for the Red Devils. 2 minutes. Make it 1:45 now left in regulation. Russell slowing things down now. Rosas, an illegal throw in. Didn't get the ball directly behind his head. 90 seconds to go. Raiders are really going to have to push up now. Russell, just a bit over a minute from getting back into the region finals since 2017. Free kick coming up for the Raiders. Ball down inside the 18. And a big swing near side, and it's over top of the crossbar. It's out of bounds. We're inside of a minute to play. So Kazmarzik lifts it into the air near side. 30 seconds to go. Logan Rice turns it ahead for the Raiders. Russell sends it away. 20 seconds to go as the Raiders have one chance for one final push. If they can get it turned toward their goal, it's into the Russell sideline. It's a throw in for the Red Devils. 10 seconds to play. Russell stands up as they start to cheer. The Red Devils are going to return to the 16th Region Championship game for the first time since 2017. A 1-0 win over East Carter here in the semifinals at Ashland. Post-game show when we return after this on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
Have you heard about Red 8 RX? It's Greenup's locally owned community pharmacy at 96 Seton Avenue, Unit 8, located behind the Bellefonte Medical Center. Red 8 RX is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and Saturday 2 to 6. Of course, you can always check them out online at red8rxllc.com. Red 8 RX at 96 Seton Avenue. Visit them today and experience the Red 8 RX difference. Give them a call, 513-285-8883. Red 8 RX.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road Greenup has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
1-0 your score. Russell wins it over East Carter. A goal in the 56th minute from Jason Benitez Ramirez as Russell's off to the semifinals, into the finals for the first time since 2017 as they knock off East Carter here tonight. Russell moves its record on the season to 15-5-1. The Raiders will close up shop at 15-4-2. Up next, Rowan County and Ashland. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes for pregame coverage. But for the moment, we will sign off with Russell into the championship on Saturday. They await the winner of Ashland and Rowan County that's up next. For everyone at Kool TV, I'm James Collier. We'll talk to you in just a few moments for the next matchup here between Ashland and Rowan County on Kool TV. Thank you for watching the Girls and Boys 16th Region Soccer Tournament live from Ashland Paul Blazer High School on Kool TV. This broadcast of the Girls and Boys 16th Region Soccer Tournament has been a special sports presentation of the Kool Hit Sports Network and Kool TV.